Hello everybody, and thank you for watching Ask Ron, where Ron answers your Gold Club members' questions each and every week. I've got Ron here ready to answer your questions.
Yes, you do. We're in the middle of the commercial boot camp here in Jacksonville. And we've got a good group of people in there that want to move it on up. So what do you got here? How many you got for me today? 4 or 5?
I got about four questions.
All right, shoot.
First up, Tony and Angie from Ohio.
Yeah.
Do you ever renegotiate terms on a deal after it's under contract? And under what circumstances would you recommend it?
Well, yeah, I have done that. Not very often, because I got good at filling out the contract, so I didn't have to change anything later. But anytime you're dealing with an individual, you can change anything anytime you and them agree on the change. And then under what circumstances, I don't remember. But if you find something is wrong before you close, then you just tell them about it and scratch it out initially, usually.
Nice. And in unrelated news and exciting news, we just got into contract on another deal today. The letter is coming.
Okay.
So that's awesome. That's great for Tony and Angie.
Yeah.
Next up, Robert Straker from Oregon. He's got 2 questions. By chance, do you teach a foreclosure course at all? I ask this because the foreclosure rate in the Northwest is going up, and I would like to learn about getting deals and foreclosures.
The foreclosure rate across America is going up. And there's an awful lot of houses out there in default. In fact, FHA right now, just read this a couple of days ago, 14% of FHA loans are in default right now. That is triple what it normally would be. And there's a whole lot more that are going to be in foreclosure here pretty soon, because a lot of them, people got put out of work with Doge, and a lot of people, interest rates are so high they can't even stay in their houses anymore because they can't afford the payments. So I've always been in the foreclosure business, but sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And honestly, you get a PI sheet on the property information sheet, you'll know right then it's in foreclosure. And then your main goal is, okay, I got to find out, if I brought this current, how much would that cost? And if I brought it current, what would the loan balance be after I bring it current? And when you get those 2 numbers, and what the ARV is, and is there any repairs? So when you get all those numbers, you're going to need to make the decision, gosh, is it going to cost more to bring it current than it's worth, and suck all the equity out of it, and it'll be a time waster. And unfortunately, a lot of them are, because it's normal to have them 6, 8, 10 months behind now with the government giving them a moratorium. And so that's a lot of payments to make up. So there's got to be a lot of equity in there for I'd even be interested in buying one out of foreclosure. And it's always been that way. It's just now that they're behind more than normal.
Got it. Thank you for that, Ron. Robert's next question. I understand that you or someone else knows you have created a couple of AI-generated songs about you and your real estate business. Would you please post them on your website so we can listen to and enjoy them?
Yes, and Jessie will be glad to do that.
I sure will.
Won't she, Jessie?
I will get that posted this week,
Okay.
and you guys will get to enjoy them.
You see how fast I delegated that?
All right, next up we have Mark in Ohio. If I collect a non-refundable option deposit from a tenant buyer on a sandwich lease option, are there specific legal precautions I should take?
Well, you should have an Ohio attorney, for one thing, so a real estate closing attorney. And you get them by just asking other people in the industry. Right? You got to comply with the Ohio laws. And I can't tell you what the laws are, but I'm sure they're not much different than anywhere else. If you're going to lease option the property especially. So once you find that out, you can probably get that information from another investor that's doing well, especially if you're in a local RIA group. You're certainly get it out of that group. But I can't pretend that I know all the laws in all the states. Just about the time I think I've learned some of them, they change them anyway.
All right, next up, and the last question is Michelle from Illinois. What's the biggest mistake new investors make when trying to wholesale their first deal, and how can it be avoided?
Pay too much for the property, and then they can't get any more from the buyers who are better trained. Yeah. Or buy a house that needs a ton of work and it's in a war zone on top of that, that's going to be hard to sell as well.
Got it. a good question, or good answer. And that's all the questions we have for this week, Ron.
All right. Well, guys, your year is half over. You better get out there and get to work. Make sure to send me a copy of those checks when you get them here. Send the original if you want. All right. See you next week. Have a good week.
Thank you, Ron.